what I'm going to do in the next 5 minutes is to kind of put the speakers together in their groups because we have, just for everyone to know, we have the hall and 8 extra rooms outside here. So immediately after the first 1 hour or so, we'll break out into our different, clusters or, separate rooms so that you can have a more personal session with the professionals. So what I want to do now is to get the professionals to kind of stay together so that it's very easy and also probably have a quick chat together before we kick off. Is that okay? So I'm going to, because I have a very long list here now, I'm going to make it very, very, very quick. Okay? So I have, for accounting, I have just, I have Mr. Olaleye and I have BC Oketola. So please, I would like BC, Mr. Olaleye. Oh, you're already together. Fabulous. And okay. And then I have for arts and humanities, I have Ivan and Debola. Fabulous. By the way, that's my wife. And I also have Taiwo James. So Taiwo, yeah, but I know Taiwo is going to be all over the place today because she's one of the planners, so she may not really be able to support you, but yes, she's also there if you need help. And then I have for business analysis, I have Dinah, fabulous, and Sonia, fantastic. Okay, it's already working. I like this. For engineering, I have Taiwo. I have Lolade. Where's Lolade? Lolade and engineers are always busy fixing, right? And I have Amir. Thank you. So maybe it would be nice to, or you can just go there and meet with Amir. Lolade will join you in a bit. Lolade and Taiwo are part of the planner, so. And I have myself, so I'm still, but I won't be able to help much today. And then for IT cybersecurity, unfortunately, we just have one person here today, and that's Mr. Olu Ojola. Fabulous. So he's on his own today. For public health, so that includes those interested in nursing, doctors, nurses, and carers. We have professional doctors here. We have quite a number of them who are present. So we have Dr. Sukami Akiremi, we have Dr. Ibokun, we have Dr. Arunke, Dr. Aderunke, sorry. Dr. Aderunke, there you go, awesome. Sorry if I pronounced it wrongly, pardon me. My wife is already giving me signs, so I know I've messed up somewhere. Okay. Okay. We have Dr. Oluwatobi. Fabulous. So maybe the doctors can stay together. We have peace. Sister, yeah, fabulous. So please come forward. So, and we have Mrs. Mutunde. Fabulous. So, yes, sorry? So the nurse, okay, the nurse, sorry. So I should make it very clear. The nurse, peace and Mutunde. And then for care, we have Debo. Is he here? Mr. Debo Ajibona, not yet. Okay. And then we have one more doctor, Dr. Benga. Fabulous. NHS are well represented here in full capacity. Amazing. For PhD career proposals, we have Dr. Yinka and Dr. Tope. Dr. Yinka will be joining online, but we have Dr. Tope here. Fabulous. Okay, and then the last few ones for project management. So, well, we merged Scrum and project management. We may slightly adjust that a bit, but for now we have Mr. Somi. Fabulous. Somi is there. We have Mr. Lucas. We have Mr. Tobias. Fabulous. So Somi and Mr. Tobias, fabulous. We have Mufuzi. Thank you. Fabulous. There you go. And we have Mr. Toby. Mr. Toby, so fantastic. So Scrum project management done. All right, lastly, well, not lastly, we have lastly, we have for software development, data analysis, and DevOps, we have Bemi Sola. There you go. We have Mr. David Adebayo and Mr. Kenny Amechi. All right, fantastic. So maybe you guys can work together. That will be awesome. Or just take one of the rows together. Maybe Kenny, if you go to the other row, then you can all use that row. That will be fine. Or wherever you like. Thank you very much. And then we have our distinguished guest from the job shop. I was turning to the banner when I realized the banner is at the back. From job shop, we have quite a number of people from Coventry City Council job shop. We have Anita Brown. There you go. We have Lindsay. Lindsay, there you go. We have Amelia Cook. We have, well, I'm going to rephrase. And we have from the recruitment team, right? So from Coventry City Council recruitment team, they are here today. They will be in charge of the mock interviews. We have Amelia Cook and Sam. All right. And then we have from National Carriers, we have Sam Satnam, yes? Thank you very much. And then we have, so I think I've pretty much introduced everyone, and Ayobami is also here, well represented, fabulous. Let's put our hands together for our guest. We're very honored to have you here, and we're very grateful that you were, able to take out of your very busy schedules to come here. We're going to start immediately because I don't want to take more of the time, and I'm going to introduce the guest. I think I probably would do them in groups, okay, so that because of the time, so that we can still finish at the agreed time. So the plan for today is simple. The next 1 hour from now till we're already 1:30 or so, thereabout. From 1 till about 2:30, we're just going to have introduction. The objective is for the speakers to just let us know who they are, as we didn't get any biography. So they just let us know who they are. So it's going to be a vocal, public biography. And then just a little bit about what the subject is. So for example, engineering, I can just say a few words, and that's it. It's because we're going to have a more detailed session where you get to talk to different people. Now, once we're done, we will break out into different groups, and the ushers will direct us to where we're going, where you have a more focused place, and the students or those who came in can ask questions. Yes, and we can. The aim there is we can present. You can, whatever you need. All the halls are equipped with monitors and or projectors, and you just need your laptop. That's all. Yes, so that's the plan for today, and hopefully, it all goes really great. So I don't know. I'm thinking the best way to do it. Do I just call I probably will start with accounting, and one person there. And then after that, I'll go to cybersecurity. And then maybe from the doctors, since we have so many doctors here today, maybe we'll pick one or two of them who will come out. And then the same thing for the nurses. And then I'll just go through the list, okay? So let me start by looking for him. Oh, he's there. Yes, Mr. Olaleye for a second to, let's put our hands together for him. If you have a presentation you wanted to use, an opening presentation, feel free. If not, during the breakout session, you can do your thing. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see all of us. You're welcome. So I've got a presentation, and it's going to be very brief. My name is Olaleye Feishiton. That's my last name. Thank you. And I'll be coordinating the finance and accounting. And I've got other colleagues that are here to support me. I've got Mrs. B.C. Oketola and Ndubusi Jamani. I call him Prof. So those are my colleagues that will be supporting me. And I'm going to give us a very brief introduction about finance and accounting. But before I do so, I'll probably tell you a bit about myself. Hopefully I can. All right, so because of time, I'm not going to go through the slides. Probably I will just do number 1 and number 2. So, everything to the glory of God. I'm a Christian, and by God's grace, I'm married to one wife with 3 children. And I need to make that clear because it's possible to be married to more than one wife. So, 2 boys and 1 girl. My background, I've got my first degree in accounting, BS in accounting from University of Sunderland. I came out with 2-1. And my second degree, Cardiff, MBA in finance. I also have other certification. I've got Prince 2 practitioner because my area of specialty is projects. I'm also a fellow member of RCCG, which is a chartered accountant. That's the highest qualification you can get in accounting. And also, I've got my PhD going, which is, getting to my year 3 now. God helping me. And I work as freelance worker. I do consultancy services. At the moment, I work for a company called Webpage International. The head office is based in London and Manchester. So I also have my private accounting practice. I've got a very growing accounting practice. My clients, around 100 clients at the moment. Different people, corporate organization, individuals, self-employed. And also heavily invest in properties. That's actually my passion. I love properties. So the next slide. Why accounting? Why? Because a lot of people, when you talk about accounting, you don't see a lot of people that want to study accounting. And one of the pushback is that it doesn't pay much. But I actually say no, especially if you're in the UK. Because at the moment in the UK, virtually all organizations must have an accountant. Even if you work as self-employed individuals, you need an accountant to help you with your tax filing. Because in the UK, the tax law, the regulation is complex and is ever changing. One of the challenges that especially big companies they've got is that many of them struggle to understand the UK law. And the penalties, the fine is usually severe, apart from the reputational damage. So because of that, you cannot do without us accountants. And because of confidentiality and making sure there's check and balances, you cannot just employ one accountant, you will employ more than one, at least 2 or 3. That's why during COVID, why a lot of organizations, they were laying off people. Accounting, we were very busy with work. Very, very busy. To the extent that some employer, we know that you've got another job you are doing. They said, don't worry, just come and give us any hours that you wanted. In fact, I made a lot of money during COVID, a lot, because of the demand. It got to a stage where I was giving out jobs to people, to colleagues. So just to show us the importance and the demand of accounting. And UK being the global hub of many of these big companies, if you want to prove that you're a global company, you must have an head office in the UK. So many of these believe that if you are trained as an accountant in the UK, you are very knowledgeable. Because of that, they like to employ UK people, especially people that are trained in this country. And with accounting, the career progression is very rapid, it's vast, depending on how far you want to go. And there are some areas you can specialize in. And we have good remuneration And the job security is there. Even though nothing is secure. Nothing is secure in the UK. But I can tell you that there's some stability in terms of work. And apart from working for organization, just like me, you can also set up your own private practice. That means the services you are providing for your organization, they pay you 9 to 5. You can also render it on a private basis, and that will give you additional income. And that's what I'm currently doing. In fact, the money I make from self-employed is now much more than what I earn from working for an organization. So it's got a lot of benefits. And you can become a freelance worker, consulting, and again, that comes with additional benefits. So I'm not going to bore with that. So the question is that, how do we get started? I want to share with everyone, because some people, you might be thinking of changing your career. Maybe you are here, you came here because you are thinking of doing business analyst or IT. I'm not sure if I can convince you that accounting is better, but I would say it's actually better. Because if you are trained, I'm not doing a debate, I'm just telling you the fact. So because of time, let me just run through this and then I'll go. So training is there. When you get yourself trained, that's the starting point. Education, training, and gain work experience, which is very key in the UK. Everything is about work experience. I've got my certificates, everything in my bag. No employer has ever requested to see my certificate. None. It's just there. Everything they are stored there, because all they ask you is that, tell us what you can do. You know, it's not about cramming, it's not about getting first class or something. We just want to see whether you got the skill set. And if you can prove to them, then you are good to go. And professional qualification is very key because we have so many accountants in the UK. And because of that, there's, I would say, competition. So the only way you can distinguish yourself is being qualified as an accountant. Once you are qualified, it gives you an edge. And then networking, you know, we have different groups that we network within ourselves, like me giving job to people, someone calling me for job, something like that. And we have the CPD that we have to do on an annual basis, compliance that we have to sign up to. And lastly is never give up. Just keep pushing, keep pushing. And I've got two people here that when we get to our breakout session, they're going to give their own testimony, because both of them, even while they were students, they've not submitted their dissertation. They've not even received their result. They already received an offer for big organization in the UK. And just them following this principle, these steps. And not only that, being sponsored for job, for visa and everything, getting promotion. In fact, some of them, they are now even helping people to find job, just to tell you what accounting can offer. So that's a brief intro from me. And if you are here, you know, to learn about accounting, I want to promise you that you are in a good safe hand, because we're going to pour out everything we know to you. And not only that, we're going to support you through your journey. Even while you are in work, we continue to support you until you're able to stand on your feet. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together for him. All right, I'm going to call on Mr. Fungsho. The speakers will try and keep it very short because of time. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Yeah, my name is Olu Ojuola, and I am a career coach, and I work for Motivologic Academy. It's a boot camp that helps people to develop their career. I manage projects. I'm a certified Prince 2 practitioner. I'm a certified POPM. And but today I'll be talking about cybersecurity. I'm a certified ISO 27001 professional, and I'm working towards CISSP, a certified cybersecurity professional. So, what is cybersecurity? In a nutshell, cybersecurity is about managing the confidentiality, the integrity, and availability of our information or IT system. That is basically what it is. And when it comes to opportunity within the space, because if you look at it, every organization now, they want, everybody has gone into the cloud, everybody has a IT information system that must be available always. And apart from availability, there's this issue of compliance. If you have a data breach, there's a lot of fine associated with it. Because of that, confidentiality is really crucial now in the IT, not only in the IT space, but in any. So, as a cybersecurity professional, you are not only working in an IT firm, there's opportunity in every single industry. Any industry that is keeping information, that have an IT infrastructure, they need a cybersecurity professional. And then when we talk about integrity, we see there's a lot of cyber attack. And when there's a cyber attack, you have organizations encrypting data. I think that was done. I think NHS had that issue at the point also. They encrypt your data. They're asking for ransom money. So because of this, it is actually, and when you don't have those data, then the integrity is compromised. So there are a lot of opportunities within the space because of this. Then how do I get into this space? That's what I need to now talk about. Getting into this space is around, we have certifications, and we have 3 key domains. We have compliance, which is ISO 27001, which has to do with auditing and compliance and governance. Then we now have SOC. SOC is a team that monitors organization infrastructure. They check all the logs to see if there's any threat to that organization. And then we now have the penetration testing, which is just checking for vulnerability within our environment which the hackers can explore. So all these are the 3 key opportunities within the cyber industry space. And how do I get into this? It's around certification. If we come from an IT background with now there's a lot of courses which says Masters in Cybersecurity, which is great also. But key thing is work experience is key. Most of the jobs in this industry, having an experience is key, and that's why we run the boot camp on a lot of the IT industry domain. So I will give people the work experience in that domain. So that is how you can actually get in. But for those who are actually interested, we will be talking in full, and we'll be dissecting the cybersecurity space in full during the breakout session. Yeah, thank you very much.
Awesome, we're making progress. Thank you. Let's put our hands together one more time. All right, I'm going to call on Bemisola Ojo to come talk to us about.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bemisola Ojo, and I'm a cloud DevOps professional. I'm sure some people will be wondering what is cloud DevOps. So basically, I'll talk about cloud computing, but a bit about myself. I'm a cloud DevOps manager at PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, one of the big 4 consulting firms globally. And apart from my 9 to 5, I also run a Cloud Booster. I run a cloud computing training company called Cloud Booster. And we've helped over hundreds of people transition from non-tech backgrounds into cloud computing and DevOps. So what is cloud? It's something I'm very passionate about, but the simple definition is delivery of IT services over the internet. How many of us have used Google Drive before? Google Drive, Gmail, Netflix, Spotify, all of these platforms run on the cloud. So think about Google Drive, for example. You could have a picture stored on your laptop. if you have a picture stored on your laptop, the only way you can view that image is when you have access to your laptop. You have to have access to your physical laptop. But by the time you upload that same picture to Google Drive, for you to access that picture, all you need is access to your Google account. Isn't that correct? You can use somebody else's laptop to access it. That's what cloud computing is all about. So in cloud computing, we encourage organizations to move their systems rather than having their information in physical data centers like your laptop. You can move all of that information into what we call a public cloud provider. So that way, wherever you are, you can access your information anytime, and your information is secure. Do we understand? That's really it. So anytime you think about cloud computing, just think of Google Drive. Think of Netflix. There was a time where we had to have so many movies stored on our laptops. I don't know if you remember those days. Seasonal movies. Yes, an external hard drive, exactly. And, it would, no matter how many, no matter how much space is there, you will still run out of it. But now, all your movies they're on Netflix. All you need is your Netflix login details, right? Anywhere you are, you're in UK, you're in Nigeria, as long as you have your login details, you have access to hundreds, thousands, millions of movies. So that's what cloud computing is all about. So you can learn it from scratch. It's a field that is in very high demand, especially when the pandemic hits. Organizations are looking for people who have cloud computing skills and DevOps skills. And if you're interested, we'll talk more about this in the breakout session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to call on the next speakers that will come out now. I'll call on Ekene and Mr. David, and they're going to be talking to us about, they'll let us know. Let's put our hands together for them.
No. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ekene Amechi. I am a software developer. Graduated from Coventry University, 2020, the first class. And I've been working before I graduated. 1 year before I graduated, I started working. And I've been doing that. I work at Fraser's Group, formerly known as Sports Direct International. So I'm at the head office in the IT department. So it's a retail business. And we create software in-house and for suppliers for all our retail companies that we own. So Flannels, House of Frasers, Sports Direct, USC, name them. So that's a bit about me. I'll let Daniel introduce himself as well.
I'm David. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a software engineer as well. And then I'm actually working with a company called Phoenix Media Limited. Back in the years, I was working with a company called Enigmatic Smile, but I left to join my company, Phoenix Media. It's actually a good sector, which is, software development, if you are interested. And I believe after this, you can just talk to us in the breakout session. Just on the same existing protocol before, I'm married to one wife, have kids, and also I'm a Christian, and I will always say that coming this far has been by the grace of God. And I also want to add to it that this field is lucrative if you want to join. I've seen so many people saying that, we don't want to write code, we don't want to do this. I can tell you it's not everything in IT that requires you to write code. If you really, really want to come in. One thing I enjoy mostly is that I'm able to build software that runs. And in fact, I would say that during a pandemic, some people here will probably use the software I wrote in the UK here to process COVID and to do some kind of AI recognitions for our lateral flow and things like that. So if you are interested, you can talk to us during the group. The company I work with, which is Phoenix Media, focusing on automation and also data analytics, whereby you are able to. We help companies to have to make informed decisions through data insight. And then if you want to know more about that, like I mentioned in the breakout session, please feel free to ask me a question. I will discuss more. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. It's sounding a bit too technical, so I want to spice it up a bit. So I think it's time to call on the medical doctors. Because there are so many represented here today, I'll just pick one representative, because if they all come, I just looked at them, seeing NHS. I'm like, if they all come out here, you probably won't be happy with me. So I'm just going to have one representative for the doctors and one representative for the nurses. Is that okay? So let's spice it up. So I'm going to call on Dr. Where are the doctors? Dr. Benga. Let's put our hands together for him.
Thank you for this opportunity to represent the medical field. We've been hearing about codes and stuffs and IT, but we'll just come and talk about something very basic, very ancient, that at some point all of us will have had to be in contact with. How many of us in the UK has accessed medical service at some point? Everybody, isn't it? And one lovely thing about UK again is everyone has to be registered with a doctor, which is really good, isn't it? So everyone has to be registered with a GP, which means at some point, all of us will have had contact with medical field, which makes us very important, isn't it? Because everyone has been trying to say how important their field is, and every field is important. I just think all of us work to complement each other, to be honest, because there's lots of every other bit in the medical profession also. A bit of introduction. My name is Benga. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a GP by specialty. I'm married to one wife, and and we have a toddler, a boy. A bit about my professional journey. I did my primary medical education not in the UK. That was in Nigeria, but I came to the UK a couple of years ago, did all the exam, completed my training, and I've been working as a GP for about a year now. There's a lot to say, which we'll probably leave to the breakout room, but just to give us a brief of the pathway for doctors, it's very diverse. That's to start with. And that's one thing that a lot of people find very complex in the UK. There are many pathways to get into the field. And coming from, if you're an international medical graduate, you probably have a unilateral way of thinking. But when you come to the UK, I probably want to use the word complex, but with proper guidance, it's easy. Okay? So we'll leave lots of pathways and things when we get to the breakout room. But in summary, all of us are aware, you have to do your primary medical training, which on the average in the UK takes about 4 years. Okay. In other countries, it might differ. After that, you then have to go through some foundational course, which is where you're actually working under supervision and building your medical skills, which will take you another 2 years. So that brings you up to about 6 years. And after that, you then choose your pathway. Do you want to remain as a general person, or do you want to go into specialty pathways? There are loads of specialty, which I'm sure all of us have been in touch with different specialty at different point. One, like I said, everyone will have been in touch with is your GP. That's one of the specialty in the UK. Different specialties have different requirements and different lengths of training. So we'll leave that to the breakout room also. The other bit I just want us to get familiar with is there's a way a lot of people see us as just doctors, and that's all we do, see patient, but the field of medicine has evolved and changed over the years. And there are lots of other things in the background that people can engage in. Just a few bits so that all of us, every other people have sold their field, isn't it? So let's do a little bit of selling here also. There is a lot, we are all aware, medical education is, so that, in terms of my passion is medical education, because I want to be involved in teaching and building up the next generation of doctors. So medical education is very important. You can get involved in training people to become GPs. You can get involved in training medical students to become doctors. A couple of other things, lots of doctors work. There's prison work. There is lots of portfolio work. There's a lot of educational work. There is probably wrote them down because there are lots of them. I'll just mention them very briefly and I'll be out of here. Right, so we've talked about you can be self-employed, also as a doctor, and render private medical service to different practices around. I've talked about medical education, medical training. There's mentoring, because as doctors you also mentor, which is a portfolio that people can actually grow into. One thing a lot of people feel about medicine is doctors don't have life, which I think everyone will have different experience. But overall, I want to say there is actually, if you're smart, there's work-life balance in medicine. And that's something else we'll also discuss with you guys. A lot of other work people can do. There are doctors that work in IT setting also. So like I said, we are all interwoven, isn't it? And the flexibility of our work is one thing that has evolved also. It's no more traditional where you sit in the office all day. There's a lot of hybrid working, work from home. There's telemedicine, which a lot of doctors do. And we'll just leave it at that for now. I think that hopefully will spice things up a little bit. And we'll leave everything to the breakout room where we can actually talk one-on-one and explain how each pathway works for different people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you grew up from where I grew up from, it's either you're an engineer, you're a doctor. Someone said, oh, you're a disappointment. The world is changing now. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone to talk to us on football or sports. But now if your child is a footballer, you celebrate. Then it was something you need to pray about, you know. Anyways, I'm going to call on the nurses to just come out and give us also a feel of what it is like. Sorry? Yes. Sorry? Yes, please, you can come out here. I'm going to call on Mrs. Motunde and Mrs. Peace. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Motunde. Married to one husband. I've got 3 teenagers. I work in my background actually was marketing. I did my first degree in marketing in Nigeria. But when I came to UK 2004, I found myself to be working as a carer. And that's where the passion, the other side of me that I didn't know came out. So, and ever since then, I just got glued to healthcare. So like Dr. Benga was saying, there's different pathways to nurses. At the moment, I work as a frailty nurse in Warwick Hospital, and my colleague will tell you more about herself. So there's different pathways to nursing. And to tell you what, there are different pathways to get your qualification as a nurse free, and you get paid as well full-time. So these are the things some people don't actually know. So because in those days, you go through the NMs, what's it called, UCAS and all that, you are in debt, which you have to be paying over the years. But there are different pathways now that you get your free education, you get paid, you are full-time employed at the same time. And then immediately after I remember when I finished the second day, I started the job, right the second day. And to be honest, I fulfilled the role that was 2 steps higher than my band at that time, to tell you the path, because I was in healthcare from 2004 all the way. So all those experiences, like somebody was mentioning that, they don't look at your certificates, they actually look at your experience. So those years were not wasted, and I thank God I've actually passed through that. I will leave my colleague to say something as well.
She has said everything. My name is Peace Mbaebu. I'm a Christian, mother of 4, married to one man. And next month will be my 20th year's wedding anniversary. So I'm a nurse. I currently work in a private hospital. I used to work in NHS, University Hospital, Coventry, and Warwickshire. So when I started as a nurse, what made me to start to go into nursing profession? So when I came to UK, I did my master's in public health. I did my first degree in Nigeria in biomedical science. Coming here, finished my master's, I didn't get a job that I wanted. So I had to go back to do nursing. With nursing, I was quite assured that when I finish, I will get a job, definitely. Even before I finish my exam, they've given me a job. That is one thing with nursing. It's not a course you will do. When you finish, you start looking for job. The money might not be attractive in the first instant, but with time, you can build up your career. So let's start with what is nursing. And we all know that nurses look after the sick ones. Nursing is a profession within the NHS sectors. So they focus more on health and well-being of individuals, families, and communities. So the requirement for being a nursing are there, but that depends on the universities, because different universities, they've got their own requirements. So before you go into the profession, please seek for their advice to know what they need. You must have a right to live and study in UK. You must have some degrees. Maybe you might have 5 GCSE and maybe 2 A-level or equivalent. So with the equivalent, okay.
Sorry, can I just chip in that one? It did say 5 GCSE. I know most of us, we are multicultural. And then some of the things that some people find difficult is that when you have your qualification, maybe like your GCSE, your WAEC, whatever, SSA in your country, your mother country, a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people talk to me about it, that they can't use it in UK. Don't be fooled, you can. But what I want all of us to do, there's a body called NARIC. You send your certificate to NARIC, and they give you your UK equivalent. And let me tell you the truth, this thing is that some people don't even know what NARIC, even some UK, while you're in UK, you present it, and they tell you what is NARIC. You need to fight your way through. It is valid, and it is accepted in most universities. But some people doesn't actually understand it. But when we get to the breakout room, we'll tell you more about it.
Thank you, sis. So what I mean by equivalent, she has said that all. Because I didn't have all these, there are 5 GCSE and 2 A-levels. I had my degree in Nigeria. So I started off with my master's, which helped me. So you must have a right to live and study in UK. And when I did my program, 2016, that was when I joined the nursing. So in that, we had a literacy and numeracy tests where they can ask you simple addition and subtraction. I don't know if they still do it now. Okay, so they don't do it now. Lucky you. So, so there are 4 areas of nursing we have to look into: adult nursing, children nursing, learning disability nursing, mental health nursing. Just choose one of it. Unlike where I come from, if you are a nurse, you do all of them and work as all of them. But here in UK, you must do one out of the 4. So adult nursing, they look after children. So I'll talk about this when you come to us. We have a lot to share. Job opportunities there, flexibility is there. So many things, my dear. If you are interested, come to us. We are all loaded.
Money is there, to be honest, and you can be private as well, honestly. And I want to add one thing. You know, when I qualified, the GMC, Dr. Toby knows what I want to say. The NMC came to us just to encourage us as nurses, because you always hear that, oh, there's no money in nurses. There is. Apart from the fact that the money part, you are doing a great job, honestly. And to tell you the truth, when they turn to Google, you can all Google it. The most trusted profession that the most trusted profession that like any developer, the most trusted, apart from the cyber, not even the cyber, everybody inclusive, the most trusted profession is nurses.
So, one more thing, please. One more thing. It might be so exciting, but there are some challenges. always bear in mind anything that goes, there must be a negative challenges. So when I come to you,
Let's put our hands together for them. If you are like me while listening to them and you're thinking of joining the nursing team, please, by all means, because the nurses have done an excellent job here. Don't be surprised if you see me in your class today. All right, thank you very much for that. I just want to chip in one person before I switch to those from the arts and humanities, and that is Mr. Debo. He's going to come talk to us about caring, and because it's one of those sectors that we sometimes overlook. But a lot has changed, and even the government have been forced to make very difficult decisions recently with respect to that session. So let's let him just come, make it very brief, just tell us a bit about it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, my name is Debo Ajibono. I'm a business owner. I am a husband of one wife with 2 children. With 3 children, sorry. Or pardon me. With 3 children. Coming to this country, I graduated in Nigeria as well in accounting. Coming to this country, I began to work like every other person in this country, but all through, even when I was still in school, my own goal has always been that I don't want to work for people. I want to be employer of people. So coming to UK, work for companies for a while. After a while, living in London, we decided that, okay, it's time for us to start the business. So we came to Coventry and began started up a private healthcare agency, which has been wonderful. I'm just going to tell us that when it's time for us to go for the breakout room, let's just come around. There's a lot of information in this sector that one needs to know. There's a lot of things that this particular sector is involved that if I had to begin to talk to you right now, we will not even have enough time to speak about it. Praise the Lord. So I was about to say praise the Lord because I am so used to that because I am a deacon in Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, CRA, this church. Some of the things that we shall be talking about during the breakout session is actually to talk about how to actually own a care agency of your own in this country. All the legislation that is required, all the accreditation that is required, all the training that is required, and most importantly as well, the capital that is required for you to be able to start it. It's not as much as a lot of us actually think. And just one more thing, just to encourage us, if you are really interested in this thing, in this particular sector. I hope we all know that in UK at the moment, they call this country a aging population. For some reason, I don't know what is in their food. They don't die easily. They don't die as quick as some other developing nations. So because of that, there will always be old people, elderly people to be looked after. So that is the reason why in UK at the moment, in case you don't know, this sector actually happens to be the only recession-proof sector. Yeah, because whether there is COVID, no matter what it is, the aging population will still be there, the elderly people will still be there, and they will always need our services. So if you are interested, please come along in the breakout section, then we can talk about the things that you need to put in place. Praise the Lord.
Thank you very much, Mr. Debo. I'm going to switch to the arts and humanities. Actually, we got quite a number of people who were really interested in this. I never really thought, the arts world was a lot until I married someone from that field, and I realized that sometimes it's actually more stressful than engineering. If you asked me that before marriage, I would think they don't really do much, But now I've gotten to realize that even while talking to you, sometimes I say something, I'll be like, he'll be like, no, that's not actually what you mean. What you've written down is not what you're trying to communicate. And I realize there's so much even in communication. Let's put our hands together as we welcome Rayo and Mr. Ivan to come talk to us about art.
Hi, everyone. My name is Raya. I work as a communications manager for a charity that has its headquarters in the UK, but it's a global charity. And my background is, I studied law. I've never practiced it. I have 2 masters, one in corporate and marketing communications and the other in creative writing. You don't need like all of those qualifications to work in the art and humanities. I just like going to school. Yeah. So I guess today, one of the things we'll talk about is like the different opportunities that are available in the arts. Besides working as a communications manager here, I also co-own a business in Nigeria that, serves clients across writing, branding, marketing, all of that stuff. And so there are lots of opportunities in the field, and I think it's probably one field that is more about your skills than about your education. So, you can not have a degree and still make a successful career in this sector if you're good at what you do. So, those are some of the things we'll talk about today. And I've worked in the corporate world, public sector, freelanced, and now I work in charity. So, we'll also talk about the different opportunities that are available.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ivan Vickers. I have a couple of companies. One of them's a business coaching company where I work with business owners and help them grow their businesses. Now, we talk about arts and humanities. That's like as fluffy as you can get, right? It's a huge field. It'll cover things from being a radio announcer to writing copy for a president's speech, to coming up with a new marketing campaign for Jaguar Land Rover, and everything in between. And one of the things that I found, and the reason I'm actually standing here, is because Tai Wu came on a course which I help out with at Coventry University, which is to take people that have an idea, and that's one of the things that comes out of arts and humanities, is that we take ideas and we make them into something real, right? So you might have an idea to start a business, you might have an idea to come up with a new product, you might have an idea to change the world. So arts and humanities is huge, and we're going to cover off on all of these things. So thank you.
Thank you very much. So I think I'm going to call those from Scrum and project management to come and give us a feel of what it is. It's quite interesting. We have quite a number of people represented from JLR. I can call all of them, so I'll just have one represented, but the entire front row, or almost the entire front row, is from, and the other row is from JLR, which is quite good. So let's put our hands together as a good representation. So please, those who came, please take advantage of this program, take advantage of this opportunity. You don't get this very often. Let me call you. Please, I'm going to call on Mr. Somi and Mr. Tobias. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. There we go. And on screen. Okay, so this introduction is more so a little bit to give you a background on myself, because I didn't take necessarily what you class as the traditional route to be able to get into project management and to be able to get into Jaguar Land Rover. So earlier we mentioned sport, and I was one of those children that needed to be prayed for. Okay, so I ended up playing rugby as a semi-professional, and at the same time, whilst I was training to become a vehicle mechanic. So I left school with a good physical knowledge of my own body,
and skills under the bonnet. So that gave me a level of appreciation for engineering and for mechanical principles. From that point in time, I then went and actually got a job as a manager at Aldi food stores. And that's where I got my people managing skills and to be able to be a leader and drive teams forward and be able to get people to focus on a task. So in most cases, people would have gone through a level of education to get to that point. I had my experience born, and my capabilities born experience working in certain environments, and that mechanical knowledge and at the same time as having people management skills made me applicable for a role in Jaguar Land Rover as a project engineer at that point in time. So I moved to Jaguar Land Rover. I can also happily say that I have many hobbies in the background which are significant to my ability to be able to be good at my job and also make me applicable because they give me skills in leadership and other skills which can be applied in the working environment, whether that's my passion for cars, whether it's my woodworking skills, or whether it is being an amateur green finger and growing things in the garden. You can see I have a Jamaican heritage, and at the same time, I also have three children, and I am praying that I'll be married soon, okay? To one woman. Only one woman. I asked for the two, and she said she'd kill me, so.
Nice one. Hi, good afternoon. Hi, my name is Somi, Somi Akomidu. I've been in the construction industry since forever, really. So I studied civil engineering in Nigeria, University of Ilorin. I came over to the UK. I have a master's in engineering and management. I'll say I've been when you say what's a project, let me start with that. What's a project? Let me break that down. So a project is anything that has a start date and a finish date. So everyone has been involved in one form of project or the other, whether it's in your writing, you have a start date, finish date. NHS, you start your buildings where you work. They have a start date, a finish date. You don't want to be in your surgeries forever, so you have to start time and end time. Life has a start and an end. Everything's almost sounds like a project, Not intending to go to the dark side of things, but I think the point here is everyone is involved in some form of project or the other. And of course, like he said, project management skills are quite broad. We need to have people skills, collaborative skills, good writing skills, good critical thinking skills. The question is, what do you need to do to become a project manager? And many people think about certifications and degrees, which is good. I think what's more important than that are skills that you can develop and actually use to produce outcomes in the workplace. So I work with a company called Mace Group, and I'm quite fortunate to be able to, interview people. So into the company. So I'm involved in that bit of things. So I understand what it takes for people to get into project management. I know what the requirements are, which will be discussed in our breakout rooms. I'll be speaking about the opportunities in project management, not just in the construction industry, but of course we have project managers in NHS. We have them in, like you said, Aldi, the retail stores. We have project managers in almost IT industries, everywhere in the IT industry. Google, just name it, just name any company. And I'm very fortunate as well to have friends who work as project managers or whatever in other other industries. So we'll be speaking up about these in our breakout rooms, and hopefully we'll be able to impact your lives. Thank you.
Cheers. So just one final passing note is why project management? If you're interested in the management or leadership of people, if you're interested in the management and organization of finance, getting projects to be able to be delivered on time, whether that is engineering, whether that is construction, whether that is in the NHS, as you were saying earlier, project management skills are applicable throughout all these sectors. So we'll be in one of the breakout rooms. I'm very, very happy to talk to you with some of our team members over here on the right side as well.
Thank you very much. In the company, we always think of project managers like the police. Because there you go. Because engineers, we like to work and work and work and forget the whole timeline. We need it to be perfect. So whenever they're calling us, what's the deadline? When is it going to be ready? You are too, what's the lead time? We're like, oh my God, please, you know. Yeah, so yeah, I really appreciate them because without them, they kind of put us on track. And I think they do the same with other domains. I'm going to be calling on another sector that I really, really love and I'm very passionate about. I'm going to be calling on Mrs. Tope Akireme. She's going to be talking to us about the PhD route. It's quite interesting because everybody wants to be a medical doctor and wants to be, but the other doctors you can be, you know. So yeah, so let's put our hands together as we welcome her, and she'll let us know what you need to do. We had Mr. Olaitan say he's also doing his PhD now, and so it's quite interesting. If you're looking to break into that sector, yeah, you can speak to her.
Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. I don't know if I'm supposed to even sell this, because if you've decided to do a PhD, you should come out of a passion, something you really, really want to do. But since everyone is selling their sector, I think I should sell as well. Okay, so first of all, a bit about myself. My background is in engineering. I'm a chemical engineer by profession. So I did my first and second degree in chemical engineering, and then I thought, okay, everything is so technical. I would like to go on for further studies, something I've always wanted to do, but I didn't want it to be so technical. So I thought, okay, why not manage some of these processes? So I then decided to do my PhD in engineering management, basically, which I did at Coventry. It was quite fulfilling. Like I said, it has to be something you really, really want to do, something you're passionate about. But the good side to it is you're contributing to knowledge. So you're picking something that no one has done before, and you're more or less throwing some light into it. You're changing lives. So the effect is not felt up there, but you are actually the person that picks it from the scratch. Which is because you tend to influence policies, you tend to influence how things are done. Even in the NHS, we have researchers working on some of the things you're looking at now. We have researchers, doctors that are researchers. I guess where I really saw the impact of what I was doing was when I worked as a researcher at Warwick Business School, and we saw that the things we were working on were actually changing policies at number 10. So we would send our results there, and we would see that this changed the way things were viewed regards to the economy and all of that. So PhD, if you think it's for you, please come talk to me. I actually prepared the presentation, but I thought it's not necessary because, yeah, it's just a few minutes to talk about. But basically, what you're supposed to be doing should be that you have a research interest first. There has to be something, maybe from your master's degree, or maybe you did a first degree and had a first class and you did a research work topic and you're really, really keen about it. You want to take it to the next step. Then that's where you need to be. You just need to look inwards and look at where the gap is in literature, and then what can I do and what can I change. And once you have that, then you can set the process in motion. Yeah, so talk to me. I'm actually by myself. I'm told that I have someone else that will be talking to me. But right now, I'm by myself, but I'm good. I'm so good. Don't worry, I have everything for you. By the way, I'm no more in, I used to do research, then I did lecturing as well, but now I'm in the industry. So that's also a route for you. So if you don't want to stay in academia and you want to move, you can move. Those are my colleagues, actually. So it's good, so good to see everyone here. So yeah, talk to me. Bye.
Thank you very much, Tope. Yes, so if you really, really want to join the PhD route, please feel free. And of course, there are also sponsorships for PhD. And it's never too late if you want to do PhD. You say people only go into PhD because they are very passionate about it. I think it's important to go in if you're passionate about it, because it's a very frustrating route. I have a testimony. It is very, very, very challenging. That's the word we use. Frustrating, I know. Anyways, but yeah, please, but I really encourage it, because if you go through a PhD, you have a lot of rigor in the way you work. It's not just about the title. There's a lot of rigor. There's a lot of detail in the way you work. So if you can, why not? Besides, it's good to be called the doctor, isn't it? And then for some people, they anyway, let's leave the other part of it. Because, of course, it's also a route to getting your residency in the country, so it could also be another way to look at it. I'm going to call on the next speakers. I was supposed to be a speaker in this field, but I'm more of an anchor today, so it's a field I'm very passionate about. So don't blame me if I give them a bit more time. But so I'm going to be calling on the engineers to come out today. We have quite a number of them, but we just have two representatives today. We have Mr. Taiwo and Mr. Amir, who will come talk to us about engineering. I know you're wondering how many more do we have. We don't have so many more left. We just have 2 more left after this, and so we are really on track for time. Okay, don't worry about it. We're on track. So just to manage your expectation, we have them, then we have the business, and then all those from Job Center would come, and then we're done. And then we can go into our breakout rooms, okay?
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Taiwo Aboyade, chartered engineer. I've got a background in mechanical engineering, and I also have a master's degree in subsea engineering. Again, I'm going to leave it to Amir to talk about the discipline as a whole, but all I would say is that when it comes to being an engineer, it's got work, but it is very, very fulfilling. And one of the things that I would say, just to sell it to people, is that what engineering gives to you as a discipline is a wide range of soft skills. That means that you're not just versatile, but it builds flexibility, resilience, and adaptability into you, which means that at some point, if you decide, okay, I don't want to be strictly speaking an engineer, it is easy to transition. And as we know, even in Nigeria, where I come from, we usually say this, and it's more of, just having that bit of banter that an engineer can be an accountant, but an accountant cannot be an engineer. And we see it in the banks everywhere. But it goes to show you the level of rigor and training that goes into engineering. That means that actually you can flourish even in other fields. So again, we will be talking about how to get in, what the challenges are, where the opportunities are, and obviously if you need help with putting together yourself as a package and where the potential work experiences might be, then we will be happy to talk in the breakout session. And I will hand over now to Amir. Over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. May I ask you all to stand up and round of applause for yourself, not getting tired of this many presentation? Okay, I'm very excited to be with you. Please, have a seat. I'm very excited to be here with you. My name is Amir. My background is mechanical and aerospace engineering. I'm a leader in automotive industry engineering, and I'm passionate about empowering people around me. So I don't need to sell engineering to you. You either want to be a doctor or engineer. If you haven't chose that, you'd probably want to be like me. So, so what is nice fun in engineering and automotive industry today is the ACEs. So I want to tell you that what are the state of the art that is the future of the automotive industry. So if you are interested to join the automotive, I think these are the areas. The automation, which is if you're a software engineer, is you coding, machine learning, AI and stuff. Sensor fusion, you go for autonomous driving. If you are into radio and connectivity and again, coding is another area of the automotive industry that is growing. Following that is my expertise in electric vehicle, EVs. I'm working on the propulsion of the electric vehicle, specifically on the cooling and lubrication. It's a very cool stuff. We developing the state-of-the-art engines in Jaguar Land Rover. It's very fulfilling when you work on that. And then at the end is shared mobility, and you want to have a sustainable planet. So you want to share your vehicle, you want to reduce the the CO2 footprint and stuff. So that is a very nice area to go. You can, even if you are a chemical engineer, you probably can participate in developing a lubricant or coolant or some sort of material that is sustainable. And it is, there's room for everything in automotive engineering, project management, accounting, everything in there is used. Why I'm here, I believe in diversity and inclusion, and I think there is a positive in every human interaction. So I'm here to learn from you, as well as, help you to grow. And I think we can only improve by hearing all the voices. So I am here to maximize your chance to get a job in the automotive industry, if I can help you. So let's grow together. And I just wanted to say thank you to Lolade to bring me here, and you guys. It's a very good opportunity for me, and I'm really excited to be with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've had a few people while we were registering, by the way, just so you know, we had quite a number of people who were unemployed who registered for this event to manage your expectation. We also have quite a number of people who said they're trying to migrate from one field to the other. I'll leave them as a question mark for now. And so to manage your expectations, there are people who are trying to shift, professionals already in their field, but maybe because they want shorter work hours or remote working opportunities or some other personal reasons, they just want to migrate. So to manage your expectations, those are the people. And then thirdly, there are people who have just arrived in the UK. In fact, I met someone who just arrived today or yesterday, and they're just trying to figure out, okay, I'm not used to this environment. What can I do? What are the opportunities? How can I maximize, my own skill sets? So when you're in the breakout sessions, just so you know, these are the kind of people you are going to be talking to. And of course, there are people who are very, very strong in their field already, but they've been applying and applying and applying, and they've had too many, I'm afraid. If you've been there before, you understand. And so the idea is to look at what they could do better, what they could improve, what are the certifications they could get. So when we get to the different, breakout or, closed sessions, we can get to talk. I'd like you to, the speakers, to please, just spend some time to understand their needs and kind of tailor your teaching to meet those needs. Thank you very much, everyone. We just have, I think, 2 more sessions, and that will be it. Is that okay? All right. So I'm going to call on, this was the largest group we had. We actually had just one speaker, and then we had to start calling for help. Please, we need help. And thank God the speaker was able to get help for us. So that's the business analysis. It's just one group, but I think it had the largest number of interest for this event, besides the medical crew that we had. But the medical, okay, we have nursing, but just one course. So yeah, let's put our hands together. So welcome Mrs. Diana and Sonia to come talk to us about business analysis.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sonia. And background from my side, my degree is in social work. First of all, let me start. I'm a mom of 2 children. I'm also married to just one husband. And so my degree is in social work, and I did social work for a little bit. But unfortunately, I wanted a better work-life balance. And so decided to branch into business analysis when I had the opportunity. And so I hope that today we can sort of talk a little bit into business analysis and give a little bit of an idea as to what business analysts do. And to that effect, really, a quick definition of what business analysis is. It's a practice of enabling change in an organizational context by defining needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to a stakeholder. And if we look at business analysts, what is their role in organizations? business analysts act as a bridge between the business, between the stakeholders and the IT department or the IT team. They act as the ones who will basically translate the business needs in a way that the technical team understands and is able to give a good solution. And the key responsibilities of a business analyst is to identify and prioritize business needs. It's also to gather requirements and to process map. We do a lot of process mapping. So I'll pass it on to my friend here.
Hi, everyone. My name is Diana Ugoji. I'm a wife and a mom of 3 children. I've been a business analyst for 4 years now. I have worked in an insurance and software as a service company. I've worked in logistic company. I've also I'm currently working in with a charity organization that provide housing for people with social care needs. They work a lot with council, but my office is based in Liverpool, but I'm fully remote, working from home. So I'm going to talk briefly about the opportunities of business analysts. There's quite a lot of growing needs for business analysts, really, because the organization I work right now, I'm the first business analyst in that organization. They've been in existence for 30 years with no business analysts, but they are going going into digitalizing a lot of their processes and using more of technology because to do their bidding, to be able to get contracts from councils and all, and personal contracts too. So that is why they needed business analysts in their organization to be able to kind of like make sure that knowledge are not lost, because when they have the developers, the system analysts, they do those implement those new systems, those new processes without proper documentations of those processes. So that's why they need business analysts to be able to make sure they are communicating within the team, the business as a whole, and also the IT team. So there's really a lot of growing need for them. There are different level of career progression. There you have your entry level, you have your advanced level, you have a level where you could get into a managerial role, where you can start making decisions, and you also have a level where you can decide to go. Maybe if you've gained that organization, probably you have that knowledge of a particular system, you can decide to go become a consultant, where you kind of like you're self-employed, and it's very flexible. I'm a mom of 3. I have my oldest is 14, my last is 7, but I work full-time at home. I don't miss any school activities, really. I attend every school program. Even though sometimes I have to use from my working hours, I pay back that hour anytime. That's how flexible it is. So we're going to be discussing more of this during our breakout section. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Down to the last group. So this is not a field, but it's more like what I use the word, those who supporting us. So we have people from Coventry City Council who are here today from 3 different places, from the job shop, and then from the careers and service, or National Career Service. And we also have people from careers, from the recruitment team. And they will be working together with some of the speakers to help out with the mock interview, because I know it's one thing to get a good CV, it's one thing to get all the direction, but it's another thing to just sit down and have a feel of what it is like if you're being interviewed. And I've spoken to a few people before, and I know it's always when they are in front of people, they start shaking. So you'll have a first-hand feeling after you are done with the experts. So while we come back here, by the way, everybody, we're going to have lunch here again. So we're leaving now to the different breakout sessions immediately after they are done. And then we'll convey back here again for lunch and networking. During the lunch and networking, those who are interested to have a one-to-one interview, to have a feel of what it is like, we've prepared a separate room for you. So, but you will need to sign a data protection form with the people from Coventry City Council. But without further ado, let me welcome all the team from Coventry City Council. Put your hands together for them.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Annette Brown. I'm not going to say my marital status, house of God. But thank you for inviting us today. We've been given very strict instructions. We've got to keep this very tight. So basically, our service, Lindsay and myself, the Job Shop is a service for all Coventry residents. We work with local employers to hopefully link people who are looking for work, training, or education opportunities and build the links with each organisation. It will be very, very difficult to talk to individuals and understand their story in the breakout sessions, but we will give an overview of our service, encourage you to perhaps register with the Job Shop and see what opportunities we have got. Crucially for us, there is a skills survey that Coventry City Council want everybody to complete. And if you take anything away from today, if I could encourage you to complete the skills survey, you've got the potential to win £30 Love to Shop voucher for your efforts. But they want to understand what people of Coventry are looking for and what's missing and how they develop the services going forward. So hopefully you will complete that.
Hello, I'm Lindsay. I work alongside Annette. I've been part of the council for 5 years. So my background's a bit retail and then obviously into recruitment. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot more in the speak out sessions, but we do a lot of sector-based events, jobs fairs, and just helping with, obviously Satnam with National Careers will elaborate with building CVs. We've got Amelia here, which I'll pass on to in a minute, and we work alongside them to help with the application sessions. Sometimes it's been a long time since you filled in an application form, and that's where both our services can kind of work together. So, Amelia?
Thank you. So I'm Amelia. Thank you for welcoming us here. I am part of the Coventry City Council recruitment team, and you'll have the opportunity in the breakout sessions to really understand the whole array and breadth of roles we have available at Coventry City Council, and also understand the application process, because Coventry City Council actually have an anonymous process where it's really important then to pull out your transferable skills. They're not looking at who you've worked for, what school you went to, or anything like that. We're looking at you demonstrating your key skills and experiences that are relevant for that particular role, which I know a number of people may be looking at changing their careers. So this is a real good application method to allow you to obviously have access and be in more of a fairer playing field as other people that may have experience in the field. So yes, so you have the opportunity to find out about opportunities and how to apply for Coventry City Council in the breakout rooms.
Hello everybody, my name's Sam Badette. I'm the Resourcing Compliance Lead in the recruitment team. So one of the things I look after is sponsorship. We have a sponsor license. Before I worked here, I was at Coventry University for 7 years. I have an HR generalist background. So we're basically here to help you. And, if you've got any questions about, as Amelia said, what our application process is like, the kind of roles we've got available, the breadth is, quite amazing. So yeah, come talk to us.
My name's Satnam, I'm from the National Careers Service. So what we're here today to do is interact with you in terms of offering you career support, but also interviewing support, because the interview structure in the UK and the job application structure is quite rigid and structured. So we look at your transferable skills, we look at that gaps that we can look at through training development, and we do workshops on that as well. But what we're also doing a lot of is labour market information. So the labour market is going to change in the next 6 months due to AI and others. So we can talk about your sector and how it's changing due to the latest information we have. So definitely come to us, because we can help you go forward in your career or start that career journey in a new career.
Let us put another wonderful round of applause for them. Fabulous. This was wonderful. Thank you very much, speakers. It was really, really empowering. We're going to be breaking out into different groups now. So this is when we get to the in-depth work. This was just to give us a feel of what to expect today. And after that, you all come down here so you can eat, because I know it's been a long day, isn't it? I want to just say something, and I want to just say one thing, and I think this is quite important because of the people here today. For me, it was quite hard, because when I came into the UK, I came in just to do my master's, and then, of course, it was a very good life here, wasn't it? And I thought I would stay, but then I was asked to go back. And one of the things that helped me was, while I was doing my master's, I really put in a lot of effort, and I had, a little bit of counsel like this. So from day one, I was telling all my lecturers, I want to do my project in the industry. I want to do my project in the industry. And when the time came, I got the message, are you still interested in doing the project in the industry? I was like, yes. And that was how I landed in Jaguar Land Rover. It was a very, very great opportunity for me. And eventually, it helped me. And after that, I worked for a while. I started doing my PhD, and that was how I actually got exposed. And it was in one event like this, I went to in Aberdeen. I got to exchange contacts like this, and I'm saying this for this particular reason. And when it was time, I got an opportunity in the university, and I was able to travel all the way down to Norway to do a project. And the project only came to me because I was able to meet with one of the speakers in the event. Because when I went to Norway, to Aberdeen, they asked me, why are you going? While every other person was, I'm going for a conference. For me, I was going strictly to network. I had a strict and direct mission to network with as many people as possible. And one paid out well. So that really helped me. So when you are here for an event like this, don't just think you're coming here to consume information. Use it as an opportunity to network, to find out what's actually there. There are people here who own their companies. Who knows? There could be opportunities there. So sell yourself. I put in the letters to everyone that you should come with your CV, updated CV, because it's an opportunity, again, to sell yourself. I'm saying this for those who are really trying to make the most out of this. So you don't just sit down, grab all the information, thank you very much, and go. That's not why you are here. You're here to network also. So we're going to be breaking out into different sessions, and to make it very smooth, people have traveled from, I forgot to mention, from different parts of the country here. We have those who came from London. We have those who came from Bristol. We have those who came from Mansfield. We have those who came from Leicester. We have, even some who will be joining online from, Glasgow. So please make the most out of this event. All right, we're going to be breaking out into 9 different rooms. There's still tea at the back if you want to, but it won't be good to keep your speakers waiting. And the way we are going to do it to keep it very organized, we all have a band. Everybody should at least have one. Yes. If you have a black band, you're a speaker. So all the speakers will be directed first to their different places. We would only have 2 rooms here in church, one at the left and one at my right, your left, one at my left, okay? And then we'll have the different rooms. So I'm going to be calling the different rooms, and depending on the color of your band, you just go straight to your group. Is that okay, everyone? Any question? Awesome. So I'm going to start with for all those who are going to be doing IT, cybersecurity, we have another building just next to this one. So please, IT, if you're registered for IT, we give you a specific band. You need to be there. If you're doing business analysis, because we had quite a number of people, you will be here on the right, and that will be your screen. If you're doing software, you will be here in church, and that would be on my left, and that will be your screen. All the rooms have internet. All the rooms have screens for the speakers. All you need is a laptop or a flash drive if you don't have a laptop, and we would get you a laptop. Is that okay? For your presentation. And then we have, for all those, so please, if you're for these different groups, I'm going to ask you to stand up so you can join the people for the hub. So we're going to have, in the hub just across the road, we're going to have all those for arts and humanities. So sorry, it's just across the road. It's not too much. And for all the, did I miss something? Lola, the medicine is where? Okay, so for all those for medicine, all the medical doctors, we're going to be using, there's a room at the back adjacent to, opposite, anyway, there's a room at the back. All the doctors, you will be directed to the room. Shewu is going to help all the medical doctors. Shewu, please. So all those in charge of all the medical doctors, please. Yes, doctors, nurses, care. So you know the room, right? If you want to have a cup of coffee or something to munch on before you go, just grab one and go. So all those going to the new hub. So which of them are you? Cybersecurity, yes. So cybersecurity is going to be in the new hub. Yes. So Lolade, where is he? You need to direct all those who are going to the new hub. So new hub, we have IT, cybersecurity, PhD, and accounting. Accounting, IT, cybersecurity, and PhD. We're going to the new hub. It's furnished. You have everything over there. Don't worry. And then for those who are doing, so software development, data analytics, DevOps is going to be on this side. So Scrum and project management. So Lolade, I think I can direct the remaining people, right? Yeah. Scrum and project management, you say room 2, right? Yeah. Room 2 is the second one, right? Yes. So if you're doing Scrum, Scrum and project management, please lead them to room 2, the second children room. So not this one, the next one. Yes. Scrum project management, you know, Scrum and project management. If you don't know where you are, let me know.
Just two people that came in for engineering.
I think we should go for engineering. Go for engineering. Go for engineering. And then in between. Software develop. Did I mix it? No, sorry, it's this way. Business analysis. Project management. Goodness, I'm not doing this very well.
In the backyard?
Yes. It's not. It's in room 2. Just behind this wall. Yes. Engineering is, I should have this offhand, isn't it? Engineering is room 1. Room 1. So which is this one? Room 1 is the next door by the right. Engineering is room 1. So yes, this one. Engineering is this one, yes. You're engineering? Yeah.
Engineer.
Which one are you in? Stuff for you. Let me see your wrist. Green.
No, it doesn't matter. No.
Green is what?
Just the one that is
Green is
interesting.
what? That was my
Green is medicine. Straight back.
So medicine is at the just the next after this cabin. Engineering. So green is not there. Ready, go. Let's go. Not that bad. Let's go. Join her. Yes. Data analysis. Data analysis is in church on this side. Yes. So just sit down. I'm going to partition it now. Where are you?
I'm waiting for someone who says going to bring me to the class. IT and security.
Sorry?
IT and cybersecurity.
IT cybersecurity. Okay, that's the hub. Okay, just hold on a bit. Can we get this? Sorry? At the back. They're going to be there. Yes. They're not doing anything until. Project management. Project management is room 2. So, room 2 is behind this wall. If we go this way, go there now. Go there now, they started. Okay. Yes. Awesome. How are you, sir? Software. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where are we? I'm coming. 1 minute. I'll deal with you last, please. Thank you. Sorry? Arts and Humanity is at the new hall.
HR should be with accounting, right?
No, HR, go to arts and humanities, yes. Education, join PhD. Go and join PhD.
Okay, so arts, humanity, HR.
Join PhD, that's the whole idea. Sorry, I need you now. Let's do it now. Actually, I can't do it now. Which team did you join?
Huh?
What did you join?
I think IT or something. Should be IT.
Either cybersecurity, DevOps, data analytics. Join this class. Join
data analytics.
Join 3. Join them.
Isn't it?
Yes. We need to put this thing now. Yes, sir. It's in the hub. There's a room for you there, special room. If you go there, Lolade will just guide you. It's fine, right? You know you're supposed to be faster. All right, I will sort you now. I just need to put the barrier so that you have your room to yourself. Okay, they're already doing it. So everybody here is data analytics, right? Cloud and stuff. How do you want to do it so that I know how the best way to do it is to help? Okay? Okay? Oh, okay, so you guys are breaking it into 3. Oh, so you guys are dividing it. Okay.
To be more effective.
It's more effective. Okay, in that case, so that you don't have, in that case,
Let them just face the screen.
yes.
Are they projecting?
Yes, so come. So I'm going to move everyone here or here, one of them, to use that screen. So we have one screen. Yeah, it's okay. So that just to give you your privacy, because there's no point all of you staying here. If you decided to break it, then even better for me. So how many? 1, 2, 3. Come with me. You can, or they can. Right here. Sorry? Yeah, we just flip the chairs for you. That's it. So if you want to flip it, yeah, this line is okay. Then just flip. Sorry, which one are you moving? Which one was it again? The data. Okay. You will come here, sir. So you can use this screen.
changes.